Chapter 1. The Arrival. The small town of Black Hollow lay shrouded in perpetual twilight, its crooked trees clawing at the heavens like skeletal fingers. The air reeked of damp earth and decay, a miasma that seemed to cling to every surface, seeping into the bones of anyone who dared linger too long. For Clara Morton, it was supposed to be a temporary retreat, a chance to escape the suffocating pace of city life and recover from a recent heartbreak. She rented an old, weather-beaten house on the outskirts, its isolation promising the solitude she craved. The house, known locally as the Thornwood Cottage, carried whispers of a cursed past. The townsfolk avoided speaking of it directly, their eyes darting nervously whenever Clara mentioned its name. But Clara, pragmatic and armed with the skepticism of a modern mind, dismissed their mutterings as small-town superstition. She chalked up the creaks and groans of the house to its age, though a sense of unease prickled at her whenever she walked its shadowed halls. On her first night, a storm rolled in, lightning painting jagged streaks across the sky. The wind howled, rattling the windows and tearing at the shutters. As Clara settled into the lumpy armchair by the fireplace, a peculiar noise reached her ears, a faint, rhythmic tapping. It seemed to come from beneath the floorboards, steady as a heartbeat. Dismissing it as the scurrying of some woodland creature, she turned up the volume on her audiobook and tried to ignore the creeping sense of being watched. But as the storm raged on, the tapping grew louder, more insistent. It now carried a distinct pattern, almost like a deliberate knock. Clara's curiosity warred with her apprehension until finally, armed with a flashlight, she descended into the cellar. The cellar was a cavernous maw of darkness, the beam of her flashlight barely cutting through the gloom. The air was colder here, biting at her exposed skin. She stepped carefully over crumbling stone and tangled cobwebs until her light fell on something unusual. A trapdoor set into the floor, its surface etched with strange symbols. The tapping stopped abruptly as she approached, leaving a silence so profound it was deafening. With a trembling hand, Clara knelt and ran her fingers over the carvings. They were like nothing she'd ever seen before,